So appraisals get confusing. So let's kind of clarify some of that. So first of all, they're going to follow the uniform standards of professional appraisal practice, or USPAP. Hopefully I said that correctly. And they're required to use at least three comparable properties that have recently sold. So they have to be sold when the appraiser walks in the door. They can't use something that's sold the day after. Usually within the last 6 months in slower markets, sometimes 12 or more rural areas. Should be very close proximity to the subject property. So they're always going to take one in the subdivision. They're not going to cross into other subdivisions to make it work. They'll typically want to be as close as possible. The comps should be very similar in size, condition, location, bedroom count, and that kind of stuff. So if you got a neighbor's home across the street that's much bigger than yours, has a lot higher bedroom count, and it sells, they can't just go and use that comparable, deduct for the larger price and the extra bedrooms. That's not how it works. If they have choices in the neighborhood that are similar to the house that they're appraising, similar bedroom count and square footage, they really have to use those. They can't use a larger one and make adjustments, or a remodeled one and make adjustments, because ours is not. Talking about the condition of property, C1 is basically new build. C2 is totally remodeled. C3 has some remodel, but has some areas that need some remodeling. C4 has minor deferred maintenance and physical deterioration due to normal wear and tear. It's been adequately maintained, that only minimal repairs need to be made. C5 is obvious deferred maintenance and needed some significant repairs. And the functional utility and overall livability are somewhat diminished due to the conditions. So it does have some drawbacks. C6 is like it's totally trashed. So in our industry, at least with conventional loans, we can consider down to C5. But you cannot take like a C4 property that is well maintained but needs a remodel and compare it to a C2 property that's been totally remodeled. They're not going to use that comparable. So they got to find properties as much as possible in the same condition. Now, sometimes you'll see if my subject property is a C4 and needs a lot of updates, and all that's available is some C3s that have some updates, then they will sometimes make some adjustments. Any adjustments they make, they use a paired analysis. So they have to prove through analysis why they gave the addition based on closed sales for the improved property, or if they adjusted for bedroom counts or square footage. But again, they want to get the closest match. They're not going to go get a huge house that's been totally remodeled and compare it to an average house that needs a lot of work. So hopefully this helps. And that's what we're all about. We know how to fight the deals when it's worth it, but you also got to realize on appraisal, it's not price per square foot.